Operation Student Crackdown. How SAVAK targeted universities. The universities of Iran were battlegrounds of ideas, where young minds challenged the status quo and questioned the legitimacy of the Shah's rule. It was here that opposition movements thrived, fueled by intellectual debates, underground publications, and student-led protests. The Shah knew that if he was to maintain his grip on power, he had to control the universities. To do so, he unleashed SAVAK in full force. SAVAK infiltrated campuses with informants, students and professors who secretly reported on their peers. Every lecture, every debate, and every gathering was monitored. Students who spoke against the government, even in casual conversations, found themselves under surveillance. Some received warnings, while others were arrested without explanation. Once they entered SAVAK's detention centers, their academic careers, and sometimes their lives, were over. Crackdowns were swift and brutal. Protest marches were met with tear gas, rubber bullets, and mass arrests. Student leaders were singled out, accused of being communists, extremists, or foreign agents. Some were expelled, while others simply disappeared. Parents were warned to keep their children in line, or they too would face consequences. In 1971, when students at the University of Tehran held a demonstration against government corruption, SAVAK responded with an iron fist. Dozens were arrested, and many were never seen again. Similar raids took place at other universities, where dormitories were stormed in the middle of the night, and activists were dragged away before their fellow students could react. Underground student movements adapted, using coded language and secret networks to continue their fight. Pamphlets were distributed in the dead of night, criticizing the monarchy and exposing SAVAK's brutality. Student leaders communicated through trusted messengers, avoiding telephones and written records that could be intercepted. But SAVAK's reach extended beyond Iran's borders. Iranian students studying abroad, particularly in Europe and the United States, were monitored by embassy officials who acted as intelligence agents. Those who participated in anti-Shah demonstrations found their families in Iran threatened, their passports revoked, and their academic futures destroyed. Some were even kidnapped and forcibly returned to face imprisonment. Despite the terror, the student resistance never wavered. The more SAVAK tried to suppress them, the more determined they became. When the revolution of 1979 finally erupted, it was these students, those who had risked everything to defy the regime, who stood on the front lines, leading protests that would bring down the monarchy. Operation Student Crackdown had failed. Instead of eliminating dissent, it had created a generation of revolutionaries. The classrooms SAVAK tried to control became breeding grounds for rebellion, proving that no amount of surveillance, intimidation, or torture could crush the power of an idea once it had taken root.